Felicia, Lynette, Refocused, and we are getting ready to talk about healing. Do me a favor, grab your partners, grab a pen and a piece of paper, and we're getting ready to get into it. We got another hot topic for you. Are y'all ready? Go. Hey, what's up? What's up? It's your girl, Felicia, Lynette, Refocused, and my wonderful co-host is right here to my right.
Here I am. Maronda's in the house, y'all.
How you doing today?
I'm good. Excited to be here. Excited about our subject tonight.
I know. Me too. Listen, we got another hot topic waiting for you all tonight, and we are so excited to get started. Y'all know I'm going to get into some product first, and then we're going to dive right into our topic. So, just for your reminder, I do have these wonderful tumblers that on the front they say refocus, and on the back they say, go and get you some healing. I believe I will. Now listen, every time we say go and get you some healing, in the comments, I need you all to type, I believe I will. I have this wonderful coated wine glass here, and I have the travel coffee mug, and I also have a regular coffee mug, and it comes in 2 different sizes as well. Any of these products you see, hit my name down there and go ahead on and DM me until Maronda gets my website back up.
Here she go again.
When she gets the website back up, then we'll be right back ready for you all. And last but certainly not least, oh no, let me not do that first. Let me do the t-shirts. I have the fitted V-neck t-shirt that says Refocus on the front, and on the back, what you think it say? Go get you some healing. Because I believe I will. But I also have the crew neck ones as well. And then last but not least, I have my book, Situations, The Lies Beneath Them All. If you don't have this book, I don't know what you waiting on. What you waiting on? Y'all, when we go to commercial or after the show is over, go to Amazon or go to Barnes & Nobles and log in and buy that book. We're going to dive into our topic. Maronda, you ready?
I'm ready.
Phew, today, you all, we are talking about coping skills after trauma. They could be healthy or unhealthy, but however you have had to cope after your trauma, after whatever you've gone through, what did you do to get over that situation? That's what we're getting ready to dive into tonight. But listen, what we need you all to do tonight is be very interactive with us. Yes. What does that mean? That means put your questions in the comments. Yes. We're going to be looking. We're going to read them. We are going to try to do our best to answer as many of them as we possibly can. So y'all ready to get into this? Let's do it. And in the meantime, y'all gonna get y'all some healing, okay? So let me start off, Maronda, by saying when I'm talking about coping skills after trauma, sometimes when you're going through situations, you don't know who to trust.
Right.
The difficult part in going through something is, who do I lean on? Who can I trust during this difficult time? I'm getting over some stuff. Some people have already turned their backs on me. They didn't know whose side to believe. And you've kind of battled with that. Who do you trust? How do you get through these type of things and still have good coping mechanisms for your next part of your life? There are people in your life. I want to just throw this out there. Yes. There are people in your life that have been there with you through the good and through the bad. Those are the people you want to lean on the most. It may not even be the most popular people. It may not be the big people that you're normally used to, that you've hung out with every day. It may be that person that's low on the totem pole, but they will have your back, and those are the people that you can trust during these difficult times. Connection with others is the key to your happiness. If you isolate yourself, and I know we've said this time and time again, if you isolate yourself while dealing with trauma, it could lead to a lot of negative outcomes like depression, anxiety, mental health issues. But spending time with those that care about you most when you feel up to it, because it got to be at a moment that that you feel up to it. But sometimes even when you don't, those will be the people that'll drag you out the house and say, nope, you can't afford to go down like this. Come on, let me get you out. And then you will be able to share what you've experienced when it feels right. Just because you're hanging out with them don't mean that you have to share everything at that particular time, right? You may just need somebody to just be there. Let them be there. Let them hang out with you. So we want to dive into this, and we want to start talking about some unhealthy coping skills after trauma. Now we're dealing with the unhealthy first because we'll get to the healthy part, right?
Right.
One of the things that I want to say is an unhealthy coping skill is substance use. A lot of times, Maronda, people turn to alcohol, people turn to drugs, people turn to things that ends up taking over them, taking over their body when they are trying to get over something. Now you're adding something on top of that could actually put you further down and push you further back instead of getting you to that place that you need to get to. Substance use. I would say that they said this during COVID time when we were doing.
Right.
They told everybody to stay away from alcohol.
They did.
Right? Why? Because those things eat at you, and when you're already mentally in a place not being able to deal with some things, then those things that will end up taking over when you're trying to get over a hump. Now it pushes you further back.
It does. Yeah. Right. Anytime you're not yourself. You know? Anytime you're not yourself. So another unhealthy coping skill is avoiding others. You know how we'll do. We'll go, get off somewhere by ourselves and not want to be bothered with anybody, won't go out. Like she said, your friends will literally have to come and pick you up. Well, there's another side to that. Venting to others. Talking about your problem so that you can gain support, develop a solution, or see a problem is a different way to be healthy.
Yeah.
But studies show repeatedly venting to people about how bad your situation is how terrible you feel is more likely to keep you stuck in that place.
Yeah.
Why you got to keep visiting it?
I like that.
Know?
I like that. I think sometimes when I think about that is if I'm constantly rehearsing the bad,
right,
then the bad still has a hold on me.
That's it.
So why do I want to constantly keep rehearsing it so it does not have a hold on me? Let's address some people before we go on to our next point. Hey, Miss Loretta.
Hey, Miss Lowe.
Hey, Apostle Bobby. Thank you all for chiming in. Make sure you all share this with other people so that they can also see it as well. The next thing that I want to say is staying always on guard. Now, this one is so pivotal for me because I'm one that keep my guards up.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason we do that is because we don't want to be hurt again. We don't want to go through the trauma again. We don't want anybody to push us into a predicament of where we came out. So we put our guards up, even when it comes time to dating.
Yeah.
So now you're getting back into the dating scene and your guard is up. And the other person is trying to get to know you, but you got this brick wall up to keep them because you don't want to be hurt again.
Right.
But yet they're still trying to get to know you, and they didn't cause the trauma to you. They didn't, and it's unfair to them to make them have to be the person that gets you through or get you healed or get you whole. I always say when you're dealing with that, make sure you whole first. Do not go and try to date somebody when you got your guards up. You're not ready.
Wow.
You're
That's
not
so
ready.
True.
Yeah.
That's so true.
And it's real difficult because a lot of times we want that companionship still. We want all the things that come with dating, but our guard is up. And is that fair to us or to them? Because your heart's not ready. And
that's
not
so
open.
good. That's really good. That's really, and that's funny that you say that. So it's been probably a year and a half since my divorce. So I recently tried to start dating. Yeah, I'm not ready. I mean, simple as that. I'm not ready. And you know it right off the bat because you're looking at this person and you're like, well, you know what? They don't do like whoever.
Yeah.
You know, if you're still having to compare or, or like you said, you're downplaying people or judging them, then you're not ready.
Yeah.
Leave folks alone.
You see them through the eyes of the person that you just got through dealing with.
Yep.
Right? So everything that they put on you, it's like, oh, you doing that too. Right. Oh, are you going to say that comment to me?
Right.
And that comment triggers you because it reminds you of something you just came out of, but they were just saying it. I recently went through this. I think I said this maybe about 3 or 4 shows ago, but I said this, that I had started trying to date someone. Didn't work out, but whatever. Okay. Right. Started trying to date somebody, and they said to me, hey, I didn't do it. I'm not him. And it was really good to hear that at that moment because it put me at ease. Right. And you need those kind of people in your life that's going to check you when you're wrong. A lot of times we want to be able to just say, any and everything and say, oh, it's because I went through this or because I went through. No, somebody needs to tell you you're out of order.
You're out of order.
Yeah. My goodness.
Very good. Very, very good. Very good. So another unhealthy coping skill is avoiding reminders of trauma. I think we just kind of covered it a little bit, but
Yeah.
so we'll do one kind of off the path. For example, if you are stressed about financial situations, you might be tempted to spend time with friends or watch TV because that's less anxiety or it's less provoking than creating a budget. But if you never resolve your financial issues, your coping strategies are only masking the problem.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
You know what I say to that. This is going to be tripped out, so I hope y'all listening. Y'all come on in a little closer. A lot of people say that they have financial issues, right?
Yeah.
They all, God, I need you to bless me financially.
Yeah.
Listen, we don't have financial issues.
We have.
We got spending issues.
we do.
And the problem is we spend too much on other things that we should not be spending our money on, and then we come crying out to God saying, bless me financially.
Bless me.
No. If you go look at your check register, go look at your Cash App register. Some of y'all ain't got bank accounts, so whatever y'all got, go look at the register and see what it says, where you spend your money at. That's exactly what your time and attention is devoted to. You don't have a budget issue. You don't have a financial issue. You got a spending and a budget issue.
That's right.
And that's what we need to
right.
work on and fix, even in trauma. How do you come out of trauma and you still dealing the same way you used to deal in other areas?
Right.
Because when you're trying to get whole and complete, you got to do it overall in the entire area. What got you here in the first place? What made you even date that knucklehead in the first place? Because he looked like he had some money, so I got with him. No. Fix your own budget issues so you don't have to go and have a situation, people. That's not what we trying to do. Not in 2024. Y'all better go and get y'all some healing. I'm here to tell you.
Think about it. What's the definition of insanity?
Come on.
Okay, doing the exact same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result.
Yeah, you won't get the different result if you're doing the same thing. And I'm gonna say, ouch. Can I just say ouch? Because some of the stuff that we're saying, y'all, it hits us too. I'm just going to go and say ouch, take my lick and keep on ticking.
That's it.
The next thing I would say is anger and violent behavior.
Oh, that's a good one.
Acting out, spazzing out.
That's it.
Every time you have a conversation with somebody, you go off. And then you say, oh, it's just the Libra in me. Oh, it's just the Cancer in me. Yeah, no. You're spazzing out and you need to get some healing. You're dealing with this stuff. You're dealing with anger. You're dealing with violent behavior, and you're making everybody else pay for that. Y'all, it's not their fault. However, you deserve to be healed. I say this all the time. The trauma that you've experienced was not your fault, but the healing is your responsibility. When are you going to point all of your fingers at yourself and say, I need some healing? I got to get whole. I got to get complete. I got to get right. My good.
I know you're already upset about it, but Miss Loretta was like, and she's absolutely right. Pastor actually spoke about that yesterday at church.
I did. I just said I was upset because I wasn't there. You gonna bring
it up?
Y'all triggering me, Miss Loretta. You're triggering me.
She missed church.
Okay,
yesterday.
Go ahead.
All right. So another unhealthy coping skill is dangerous behavior. The first thing that popped into my mind is being promiscuous. Any type of unsafe behavior, you're taking a chance. So there was a young lady that she was all upset with the world, and she decided, well, you know what, I'm gonna go out by myself. It's a new city or whatever. I'm just gonna and she got out there. She drank too much, and some terrible things end up happening. Yeah. Just not really just thinking things through. Just take a minute, y'all. What's wrong with just pausing?
Yeah.
Just take a pause, take a break, step away, look at the situation. Don't just, I put on here playing in traffic. I mean, that's what it seems like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wholeheartedly agree with that, because sometimes we can be dangerous to ourselves.
Absolutely.
We can be more harmful to ourselves and the people that cause the trauma to us.
Yep.
Because of our reaction to the action of whatever took place. And even as we stated, as she talked about the dangerous behavior, we talked earlier about alcohol, substance abuse.
Yes.
Whatever the case may be. That's a dangerous behavior because you can overindulge in those things and it can be toxic to your body. Y'all, the Bible say your temple is your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost.
That's right.
If this is the temple of the Holy Ghost, why do you allow substance abuse? Why are you promiscuous? Why are you overdoing the bad things to causing
temple.
more trauma to
Right.
yourself? And guess what you're going to end up doing Sunday? Coming to the altar, praying and crying and snotting because now somebody got to pray you out of the stuff. That some of the stuff is our own fault.
Yeah,
We're
it's
adding to the trauma that was already inflicted in our lives.
Yeah, instead of just taking a minute. That's right.
Now, this one right here is going to be a shocker for some people. Working too much.
That's one.
Working too much is an unhealthy coping mechanism. When you
Ouch.
dive yourself into work, I'm just trying to build my brand. I'm just going to focus on my brand. Look, that's all wonderful. But when you're doing it too much and you're overdoing it and you don't even have an outlet for your own self, you don't have a breather, you've not taken vacations, you have you have an unhealthy life work balance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you got to make sure that all things become balanced now because it's going to trigger or raise up the healthy you. If you are balanced in all areas, I remember before I get to that point, I remember when I say this all the time, that after my divorce, I went on a vacation by myself and I went to the craziest place. I went to Las Vegas.
Right.
And I was trying to overcome being able to go by myself. But I didn't want to be caught up in working too much. That was during the time I was writing my book. And so I would go to work. I was coming home. I was writing the book. People say, come on out. Nope. I got to finish this book. And that's fine. It's great to have that dive into my work. I want to be disciplined enough to get the task done so that I don't let it go undone. But you also got to take a breather.
Yeah.
When people say they got writer's block, the reason they got writer's block is because they tried to dive themselves too much. They tried to work too much. You cannot cover up trauma with working too much. I'm going to say this, and Apostle, don't get me. I'm going to say this. I remember a previous pastor of mine in Chicago years ago when he went through his divorce. He was having all these extra services. All of a sudden, he added an 8 o'clock service. We had a Monday night service. We had a Wednesday night service. We had a Friday evening service, and I was tired.
Church to death.
I was tired. And so finally I had a conversation with him. I said, hey, Doc, I don't mean no harm, but you be in church a whole lot. And finally he said it was because he was unhappy that he added all these extra services for us to go to. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all, because I love church and I can literally live there, especially if it's good worship. I'm not saying don't go to service after service. That's not what I'm saying. Don't go tell your pastor that Felicia Lynette said don't come to church. I didn't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that to me. I didn't say that. But what I'm saying is we still all need balance.
You need a balance.
Yeah, we need a balance.
It's required.
And it's necessary for everything that we do in life to have balance. We're going to dive into learning to cope. Learning how do you have healthy coping mechanisms while you are coming out of your trauma.
And it can be extremely emotional.
Yes. Oh my goodness. It's going to be emotional because now you got to tell yourself or teach yourself how to relive, how to redo life. And you're gonna have some moments that it's like, that's not the way I'm used to doing it. And you'll have some moments where you'll cry about it, but it's necessary. Before we dive into that, we're gonna go to a commercial and we're gonna come right back. Put your questions in the comments. We're gonna answer them when we come back. In the meantime, y'all gonna get y'all some healing.
Are you dreaming of becoming an entrepreneur, but you're not sure where or how to start? At Entrepreneurs Academy 101, our online program will guide you step by step on how to start and grow your own business. We offer courses such as how to write a business plan, how to create a budget, and so much more. Our online training program is designed for you to learn at your own pace, and there's no set order to complete this program. Because our academy is online, you have the choice to learn with a group, with friends, or individually. Upon completion of the entire curriculum, you will receive a certificate certificate of achievement to acknowledge that you have completed the training needed to become a successful entrepreneur. So enroll today to design the life that you love. Contact your entrepreneur coach, Brenda Myers, at 601-672-0695 or visit our website at www.entrepreneursacademy101.com for more information.
The Mississippi Link is an African-American female-owned newspaper with a trusted voice that is highly respected throughout the city, state, and nation. Our motto, Keepers of the Knowledge for People Who Speak the Truth, since 1993. Link significantly influences the thoughts, attitudes, and buying decisions of its readers. Call us at 601-368-8481 for your advertising needs. If you would like to receive a newspaper in the mail each week, our annual subscription is only $52 per year. That is only $1 per week for you to stay informed regarding many stories that you can only get in the Mississippi Link. Sign up today at themississippi.link.com and click on Home Delivery.
Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning back in with us. Online, we got Aretha and Miss Lowe, and we want to thank everybody else that has tuned in. If you don't mind, please go ahead and share this to your pages. You may not need it tonight, but somebody that follows you, that look up to you, may need some of this information that we're sharing tonight. It's really good. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you check out Felicia's product. She's going to tell you more about it in just a minute. But we're going to jump right back into, we're talking about unhealthy as well as healthy coping skills.
Wait, don't forget about Rosalind and Orita. They're
Where
both
they
on
at?
this. They're on here.
Yeah, because...
and Kathy.
Kathy's on here.
Yeah, hey,
Amen.
y'all.
Amen. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. And don't forget, put some questions up in there if y'all got anything y'all want to ask us. We may not get to all of the questions tonight, but we will go back later on and make sure we answer every single question, okay? All right. So, Felicia.
Yes.
What are 7 stages of emotional healing?
So the stages can take you into different transformations, right? The first stage is awareness. In order to heal, you got to be aware of what took place. If you don't acknowledge what took place, what happened to you, and you will never get to the point of healing. You got to first say, okay, this happened to me.
This happened.
Some of it was my fault.
So true.
Some of it wasn't my fault.
That's so true.
But I'm here now. The next one is acceptance. Accept it. It happened.
Yep.
When we talk about our traumas, Maronda, as 25 Speaks, you talk about being molested. I talk about going through trauma, different situations, and marital abuse. If we did not accept that those things happened to us, we would not be able to be on this side of the healing table. The next thing is processing it.
Yeah.
So after you are aware of it, after you've accepted, now you got to process it. What? Okay, these things happen. Put it in perspective. You got to process it, and then you release it. We do this thing at work when we have our like our one-on-ones with our bosses or people that we lead. We do this thing. We like turn off our cameras and we do a breathing exercise. And we'll inhale 4 counts and we'll exhale 8. Why do we do that? Because now once you've inhaled things, you got to let out all the toxicity that took place. And so that's part of releasing the trauma. You got to exhale that stuff. You got to get it out of your system. Then now once you do that, let's go through a growth process. How you gonna grow? What is it that's going to get you over this hump, that's going to make you see yourself as God sees you? How do you do that? Except you grow. How do you do that except you grow? And then there's an integration process. Now, remember I talked about last week about the Band-Aid being on and me trying to heal, and the scar's still on there. Now I got to incorporate, this scar is still on my hand with now everyday living. It's going to be there.
It's going to be there.
This scar right here that's on my thumb, it's never going to go anywhere, right? It's been here for some years. Now I got to integrate that as a part of my life. Who am I today with this scar? Who am I today? There was a story in the Bible where when the angel wrestled with the man. And I always liken this to say, I personally wouldn't trust someone that don't have a limp. The man walked away with a limp. I don't want to trust you if you ain't never been through nothing.
I like that.
What you gonna do and how you gonna walk with me? How are we gonna agree? Because the Bible say the two can't can't walk together except they agree. So how are we gonna agree? And you've never been through anything. I need you to be able to say it's going to be okay. You gonna overcome this. How are you gonna tell me I'm gonna overcome? Because I was able to do it.
That's right.
So you got to be able now to integrate, and then lastly, transform. Listen, this is the time where you get to live your best life in front of everybody. They thought that you were gone. They counted you out. They counted you for dead. Oh, they'll never come back from this. You got to be able to transform yourself better than ever. Write your book, boo. Start that business. Do whatever. Start exercising. Lose their weight. A lot of people, if you notice, when they go through trauma, they'll come out because they cut their hair or they dye their hair. Why? They're transforming themselves. It's now she thinks she all of that, or she had to cut her hair now that she left him. No. She's transforming herself. Don't y'all belittle people when they go through those things, because now all they are doing is going through the stages of emotional healing so that they can be their best self. I gotta now transform me. I had to transform me, and I think I said this maybe a couple of shows ago. I keep saying a couple of shows ago, but maybe a couple of shows ago that there was a time I didn't feel adequate to be a life coach, right?
Okay.
Because I felt like, how am I going to talk to people about relationships when I've had failed marriages? How am I going to talk to people about this? Or who's going to trust me? I kind of felt like Moses did. Who's going to believe me? How are they going to receive me? I've kind of felt I was belittling myself because I didn't feel adequate. And I laid in the bed one day and God said, how dare you keep the thing that I delivered you from others being able to get delivered. They'll be able to overcome by the word of your testimony.
That's right.
You gotta share this. That's how you transform yourself and become better.
You know, I learned a while back that it's not about what you have going on. It's not about what you're going through. It's not even about the end result of coming out of it. It's how did this trigger something in me to make me grow? What did I learn from this? I think that's the most important anytime we're going through any kind of trauma or the process.
I like that piece. I want to switch gears and go into another segment of how to love yourself now.
I like that. Okay.
A lot of times when you go through trauma, you beat yourself up.
You do.
As I stated, you don't feel worthy. So you belittle yourself. You put yourself down. I'm not this, I'm not that, I don't have this, I don't have that. You gotta love yourself. And the first thing that you do to loving yourself is being mindful of your own feelings.
Yes. You have to embrace those emotions.
Yes.
You have to.
If you do not embrace the emotions, if you don't embrace the feelings of you know what? I am great. I am fearfully and I am wonderfully made. I'm in His image and I'm in His likeness. If I don't embrace those feelings about myself, to see myself as God sees me, to see myself even as others see me. You know, years ago, a lady used to tell me all the time, I think I was about maybe 24, 25, and she used to walk up to me every Sunday after church. You are really going to be something else.
Wow.
You're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Wow.
If you can only see yourself as God sees you. And I started getting angry with God. Why are you showing this lady something about me that I don't even see in myself?
Lord.
I wanted to see myself the way she says she saw me and the way she said God saw me.
You have to speak it to yourself the same way that lady was speaking to you. Like literally stand in front of the mirror and you have to talk to Maronda.
Yes.
Talk to Felicia.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember me saying this, that I was going through, after I had gone through a divorce, and he had told me I was ugly and stupid, nobody else would want me. And God told me for 365 days to tell myself how beautiful I was.
That's so awesome.
And don't tell anybody why. Every time I walk past the mirror, he says, speak it into yourself. Tell yourself how beautiful. Because I had started buying into what he said. So every time I walked in front of a mirror, I'll say, you're so beautiful. And I'll be with people who didn't understand. And they thought I was being vain. They didn't know that I was trying to build myself up.
Lord, yes.
I was trying to speak something in me that I did not see. But day number 365 came. And a beast woke up in me, and I started seeing myself as God saw me. And as others saw me. Number two, in loving yourself, next thing I want you to do is to remember, as I say all the time,
it's not your fault. But
The healing is your responsibility.
That's
It's not
right.
your fault. When you love yourself enough, you get to wake up something on the inside of you and say, you know what, I went through this. And it was
That's
real.
right.
It was a
real.
traumatic experience. And it happened to me.
It happened.
That's that awareness piece. It happened.
Lord, I can't
But it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. So I'm going to get over it. Next, number 3, it's okay to seek help.
Absolutely.
You're not weak if you get counseling. Years ago in church, Maronda, people used to dog you out for the even conversation of going to see a therapist.
Oh yeah.
They like, you need no therapist.
Yeah.
You talk to your pastor. You need to
Black folks.
listen.
Yeah.
I'm all for it, but thank God my pastor is a counselor.
All of that. All of that.
He got about 12 degrees,
right.
y'all. That's not what we're talking about right now. But you got to be able to say, I need help and I need to sit before someone.
somebody. Yeah.
It's okay. I have 2 life coaches right now. One of them I talk to every morning at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Awesome.
Every morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. I pour it all out. I lay it on the line, and we
that's
get to the
good.
nitty gritty. And he gets to tell me when I'm wrong and tell me how, and then build me back up. Literally point out, Felicia, this was wrong. Felicia, that's not right. Felicia, the Bible says this. Felicia, this. Felicia, and I literally I sit up at attention. Why? Because I'm seeking healthy counseling, and it doesn't hurt that he's a man of God, but to be able to speak that into my life of where I am today. Number 4, practicing mindfulness is your best friend.
It's your best friend, girl.
Practice mindfulness. Be mindful of yourself and be mindful of others. As Maronda said in the earlier part before we went before we took a break. What is that you said? I got to remember.
Girl.
It wasn't the dangerous behaviors of avoiding others. I think it was the avoiding others piece. You got to be mindful of others around you, and then be mindful of when you choose to share. I think that was the piece. Be mindful of when you choose to share with others. Sometimes it's time to open up, and sometimes it's not. It's not because you don't want to keep reminding yourself of the trauma. You're rehearsing that thing over and over and over again. I'm gonna say a couple of more, because I know Maronda's reading some comments, so I want her to read those. Don't forget your self-care. Y'all hear me good. Self-care is necessary. Take those moments away. Married or single, you need some time to be by yourself, to deal with your self-care. Get your nails done. Go get your hair done. Go get you a massage. Whatever self-care looks like for you. Now, I always say getting my nails done is not self-care for me because I can't stand sitting there. So I'll wait till the last minute. Massages, though, vacations, water, that's all
Whatever
self-care
works
for
for
me.
you.
Whatever. You got to
Whatever
find
works for
out
you.
what self-care is for you, because self-care for Maronda may not be self-care for me.
Right.
What's your self-care? What's that thing that's going to bring you peace? And the last thing, find your tribe.
That's
Find
so important.
your tribe. Everybody is not meant to be in
That's
your
so
circle.
important.
Jesus had 12 disciples, but there were only 3 that he steered away from time to time.
Yep.
He had a tribe, but he had an inner circle. Find that. Who is your inner circle that you can trust with your life? Watch this. You gotta be able to trust them with your deepest secrets, that even if you all have a falling out, you ain't got to worry about that being shared with nobody. Maronda can tell me something today and not talk to me tomorrow, and I still won't share what she shared with me. Why? Because my bond is my bond is to her. She can trust me with that, and if she shares it with me, then I got to be able to take that to my grave. Go ahead. I know you got some comments. What is people saying over here?
I think Kathy Bustos, she brought up the talking about the transformation of a caterpillar into a butterfly.
Wow.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Right? Really, really good.
Yeah, I like that. I like the whole transformation. I think First Lady Shirley used this in our women's conference that we recently had about that whole transformation of the butterfly. And I think sometimes you got to ask yourself, are you stuck in your cocoon?
Yeah.
or are you ready to fly free? Let us see those colors and those wings.
know.
They,
Oh my God.
when you look at a butterfly, don't you just look at it and it's so pretty?
So beautiful.
That's that transformation that you got to be able to get to say, I'm ready for people to see my beauty. Oh, I just blessed me.
Yep.
I'm ready. I'm ready for people to see my beauty. And it has nothing to do with the beauty that's on the outside. Because you can carry the beauty on the outside and be horrible on the inside.
right.
People got to be able to see the beauty that has been done. That work that
Inside
you've
of you.
done to get to the healing place. Let them see it. Go ahead, because I can get caught up right there.
thing.
Get to your next comment.
Then Elder Rita, she brought up a great point. Self-care isn't just physical care. It's more mental than anything. And you just said that.
Yeah.
You just said that. How you feel about yourself on the
On the
inside,
inside.
it's going to show on the outside.
In therapy, they have this term called psychodrama.
Psychodrama.
Okay,
I think you said that before.
psychodrama is the thing that brings you your peace.
Yeah.
What is that thing that brings you? For some, it's reading your Bible.
Yeah.
For some, I can drive for hours with
yes,
no
I know
music
too.
on whatsoever. I can just drive in peace and quiet. That's a psychodrama for me. Good worship music is a psychodrama for me. Exercise is a psychodrama. Find that thing that's going to bring you your peace. Whatever calms you down. That's your psychodrama.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We got a few coping skills. Exercise.
Okay.
Take a bath.
Yeah.
That's
Please
one of my
take a
favorite.
bath. Please
That
take
thing
a
is great.
Wait, not
just
like
take a
that. She's talking about like soaking in your bubble bath and
That's
your
right.
bombs, your
You're
bath
saying-
bombs. I'm just saying take a bath so it doesn't
said,
offend the
"Please
rest
take a
of us.
bath."
You don't want to be offended. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're terrible. Like I was saying earlier, talk to yourself in the mirror. Mirror. Give yourself that pep talk, and then meditate. Meditate. And then some of the problems that we have with coping skills is on time managing. On time management.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain it.
So, well, it's telling us that we need to work on it because that's very important. You can waste
I got it.
so many hours of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing nothing.
Doing
and
absolutely
I say that it's ADHD. I have no idea what it is, but I know I can start on one thing and baby end up not finishing that and starting up 4-5 more things and not finishing those either.
I'm like that when it comes to reading books. I can start reading the book and I'll put that
wow.
book down and never pick it back up again because I can't stay focused.
Mine is cleaning.
Okay.
If I start one thing and if I have to go to another room to get anything else, yeah, it'll be later
It's
on that
over
day.
before
Yeah.
you finish
Yep.
that first room.
Yep. And then ask for support. Ask for, like
Yeah.
you said, get counseling.
Yeah.
Seek professional help, and then establish healthy boundaries. That's so important.
Yeah.
And create a to-do list.
Yeah. Now, and I want to say something really quickly before we end the show about establishing healthy boundaries, because a lot of y'all use "I'm protecting my peace" or as a coping
Oh,
mechanism,
yeah.
and sometimes that's not always
yeah.
good. That's a cop out for some. Now, protecting your peace is necessary, but if it's a cop out because I don't want to go to Maronda's whatever she got going on, I'm protecting my peace. That's a
that's
cop out.
right.
That's not protecting your peace. Don't do that, okay?
Yeah.
Let's be real in 2024. Let's talk about the release, and we're going to wrap up. As you release trauma, you feel like being more active. You feel an increase in energy.
You do.
This could make it easier to complete self-care and daily tasks, as well as engage in social activities. You may feel like returning to work or seeing friends when you have been avoiding such activities.
Yeah.
Release the trauma.
Yeah.
Release the trauma.
Show up for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna get y'all some healing.
I believe I will.
Listen, Maronda, tell the people where they can find you.
So I'm on social media, Maronda Parker, Mrs. DJ, and 25 Corporation, which is my nonprofit that deals with sexual assault as well as domestic violence.
Great. You all can find me on social media as well, Felicia Lynette on all of my pages, or Refocus, Felicia Lynette Refocus on IG. I am life coach. You can inbox me. I have the flyer posted later on today. Listen, we have enjoyed being with you all. Very soon, probably next week, we're going to have a date. We're going to do a live in-person show.
Thank you, Aretha.
We're going to record it live, and we're going to have a live studio audience. Studio, that sounds really good.
I know it, right?
That sounds professional.
It's coming. It's going to be really, really good.
It is. We want to say thanks to We Believe Digital for this platform,
Yes.
and Mr. Garrett. We thank you so much. Mr. Purtis in there working behind the scenes. We thank this amazing team that has put together this time to allow us to come before you and talk about getting you some healing.
I believe we did.
We did. Y'all have a good day. We're going to see you right back here next Monday at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Can't wait to see you.
Bye. How do you say? We'll holler.
We'll holler.
We'll holler.
What's up? This is your girl, Felicia, Lynette, Refocused, and we are getting ready to talk about healing. Do me a favor, grab your partners, grab a pen and a piece of paper, and we're getting ready to get into it. We got a